Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Lira Simon Kabatbat. I am a solicitor in the United Kingdom. My firm is called Douglas Simon Solicitors. For the newbies, I have been qualified as a solicitor. Actually, no, nakalimutan ko na. It's from last month. 34 years. Gosh, I'm not sure whether it's a bit surreal to say, 34 years post-qualification experience. So that does not include, of course, studying and indeed training. So if you include the training and studying, then you're looking at, I will have been in law for 40 years, 4 decades. My goodness me. But post-qualification experience, as I say, only a mere 34 years. My firm, Douglas Simon Solicitors, we're based in Richmond, the lovely place of Richmond, District Line, end of District Line. And my firm has been established 28 years. Not quite as old as me, but getting there, So our usual Thursday, get together is, of course, tonight. And for those of you in England, or those of you who are just curious about the English weather, it's first day, I think today, it's been kind of sunny. Well, no, not kind of sunny. It has been sunny. So I have a feeling that spring has finally sprung, which is great. It is March, so it's kind of nice to have a different weather rather than just rain. But saying that, I'm happy for the sun coming out. It has been a strange happenings in the world, which I will not even begin to deal with here. It's just anyway, lots of things happening. What we are going to deal with though today is, of course, topic natin, I would just say, kung meron kayong problema, legal problems, it's always best to seek independent legal advice. Nothing truly beats a one-to-one. What I'm hoping, of course, with our show is to be able to give you flavor of potentially what you should be looking at. But truly, kung meron kayong problema, especially some of the scenarios that we are going to deal with tonight, you should really seek independent legal advice. Truly, nothing beats it, and that is just further underlined, by our topic. And our topic is fee waiver and 3C, leave to remain. I know it sounds complicated, and actually it is complicated. But for those of you who have been faced with this problem, and certainly I'm dealing with a few at the moment, it can be it can mean truly getting leave to remain, or failing, or not being able to get a visa or indefinite leave to remain sooner than you hoped. So ang topic po nga natin, as I say, is fee waiver and 3C leave to remain. They're two separate topics, of course, but I'm going to deal with them together dahil nga it's the two actually go hand in hand, and I'll explain also mamaya. But hindi lang yung topic natin. Thank you very much for those of you who've written in. So may topic tayo to do with visit visas, where topic natin to do with children potentially making an application for indefinite leave to remain. So all sorts, as usual, So kung meron kayong mga questions, it's not too late. Email me, and of course I'll try and deal with it. If you want to participate for next week, again, email us, and as long as we have it by Wednesday next week, we'll always try and deal with it. So I hope that you will be, you'll be able to join me throughout, and as I say, hopefully this this is helpful to you. Now, so as I say, topic po natin is fee waiver and 3C leave to remain. They affect people who are already in the United Kingdom, Yung pag-uusapan natin mamaya. But before that, we're going to have a quick break. balik tayo and then we'll launch into our topic. Okay? Saglit nga lang po. Welcome back. Welcome back po to Lira in Law. I am your host. Ang pangalan ko po, Lira Simon Kabatbat of Douglas Simon Solicitors. I am a solicitor of 34 years post-qualification experience. My gosh, it's a long time nga, no? It's a long time. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that you'll be able to stay with me throughout nga for our usual Thursday get-together. Now, without further ado, ang topic po natin, as I've said earlier, is fee waiver and 3C leave to remain. It's a bit of a mouthful, but actually, they're quite important issues. So, tingnan nga natin. So, what are they? No? And who would they affect? Actually, let's deal with the second scenario first. Who will they affect? No, 3C fee waiver, 3C leave to remain. Kung nandito na nga kayo, sabihin natin, dumating kayo dito as a spouse or anything really, but as a spouse, sabihin natin, nandito kayo. Meron kayong anak nga din dito, no? May visa kayo, pero matatapos na. And you want to apply, or you need to apply, for extension of your visa, sabihin natin, no? So, sabihin natin, kadadating nyo nga lang, nagka-problema kayo, na wala ang trabaho ng asawa nyo, wala nga din kayong trabaho, o nagkasakit nga kayo, you want to stay in the United Kingdom, but you can't afford the fee, no? And, of course, matatapos na nga ang visa nyo. So, fee waiver and 3C leave to remain are really particularly important to those people, to people with that kind of scenario. No, now, fee waiver. What is it? No, what's fee waiver and indeed 3C leave to remain? Fee waiver is you are asking the Home Office, no, to waive their fee. Their usual fee, because you can't afford it, but it has to be more than that, no? So fee waiver applications. Now, ang sabi ng Home Office guidance, let me read it to you. Sabi nila ito, an applicant is considered unable to pay the fee when they and individuals they rely on for financial support within their household do not have sufficient funds at their disposal to make the payment after meeting essential living needs. Importante po yun, no? And continuing to meet any child's needs. Okay? So, essential living needs. So, it's not enough, clearly. So, by saying, essential living needs, ibig sabihin, hindi nga sapat ang pera nyo to even say pay for food, pay for bills, pay for the rent. Now, kung hindi sapat ang pera nyo, because you want to go on holiday, clearly, a fee waiver is not really the thing to do. No? And you also have to be careful nga, if you're applying for fee waiver, okay, it may be this one-off problem, but it could also be, it could be that it also points to you not being able to support yourselves in the UK without recourse to public funds. So be careful nga, no? So, it's really, as I say, they go back to this to the guidance. No, essential. You can't meet your essential living needs, no, or continue to meet any child's needs in your household. Nga, they will want, that is the Home Office, will want to see good evidence, bank statements, pay slips, no, and you need to also explain to them. So sabihin natin nga, as I say, you lost your job, no? Dalawa kayo dito, you both lost your job o nagkasakit ka, no? Explain that. Yeah? Kung meron kayong mga bata, again, explain that. No? They will want evidence. It's not enough to say that you lost your job. They actually want to see, is that really true? No? Yung bank statements nyo. So, yung bank statements, yung makikita naman doon, oh, okay, nagpapadala kayo ng pera sa Pilipinas. Sabihin natin, no? Para sa lupa, no? That's just not gonna cut it because they expect you to prioritize the home office's fee. No? Now, it's not a surprise that the home office, that people may not be able to afford nga, the home office fee, and to pay it would compromise essential living needs because the home office fee is so sabihin natin, spouse visa kayo, you're asking for a further 2.5 years visa. The IHS fee and the home office fee together just fall slightly shy of £4,000. So huge, no? Kung hindi lang nga kayo, but actually there are children also involved, no? Then the fee, of course, goes up. So the more applicants, of course, the higher the fee. So it can run certainly into, even if it's only one applicant, it can run already into thousands of pounds. No? So, but be careful when you are looking to apply for fee waiver. Unang-una nga, ask yourselves, no, is this appropriate? As in, talaga bang you can't meet your essential living needs, or is it simply that you don't really want to pay it, no? Because it's thousands of pounds. No? So be careful. Check, as I say, ask yourselves, is it indeed the case that you cannot meet your essential living needs? Because they will want proof of it. Now, so yun po yung fee waiver. I will link that with the second issue, but let me just explain to you what the second issue is. What is 3C? 3C of the Immigration Act 1971 is Section 3C, no? So batas po, no? Extends a person's leave in order to preserve their lawful status and entitlements, no? Until you get your decision nga, no? On your new application from the Home Office. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So sabihin natin may visa kayo ngayon. Going back to the spouse application, may visa kayo. Kailangan yung extend yung visa, no? But matatapos na, no? What happens in the meantime? Because we all know, well, not you all know, but my observation is the Home Office can take a long time with applications. So, and where that happens, ibig sabihin, pagka pinasok yung application, then you have to wait for the decision. In the meantime, natapos ng visa. What does that mean? Ibig sabihin ba, overstay na kayo? Hindi po, no? So this 3C leave to remain, if you like, extends your leave, no? So kung sabihin natin may visa kayo hanggang katapusan ng buwan. So what's that? The 30th, yeah, 30th of March, no? So may visa kayo hanggang 30th of March. You make your application in time, okay? So before the 30th of March, sabihin natin nagpasok na kayong application ngayon. Pero hindi nila natapos yung application nyo until say 6 months from now, no? So sabihin natin August, no? 2026. Pero natapos ng visa nyo 30th of March. Anong ibig sabihin? In the meantime, between the 30th of March and August 30, ano bang nangyari? Are you then overstayer? Hindi po. 3C acts like this. So you make an application in time. In making that application, your status, if you like, is preserved. You know? I suppose extended, but preserved is probably more appropriate because there's no real time extension, but it is preserved. You can't leave the country during that time, by the way, because if you leave the country, they will treat your application, most applications, as withdrawn. Now, so 3C automatically extends your leave to remain, but not just your leave to remain, also the conditions that you have. So ibig sabihin, kung spouse visa kayo, pwede kayo magtrabaho dito, pwede pa rin kayo magtrabaho, dire-diretso pa rin, no? Until your application is then dealt with, is finished, no? And hopefully makukuha yung visa nyo, in which case it just continues. So it's not that the gap breaks your continuous residence in the UK because you made an application in time. The Home Office took their time, 6 months sabihin natin, to deal with your application. Natapos, so diretso pa rin status nyo. Now, what's the link between the two? The reason why I thought I'd choose this as a topic is there's a relatively recent case reported. It was actually a 2025 case, but it was reported recently. Let me just read to you the citation. So ito po. So R. Hussein against SSHD, Secretary of State for the Home Defense, no? 2026, no? Upper Tribunal. So the Upper Tribunal clarified nga Section 3C, yung sabi ko nga, no, 1971, and itong fee waiver. Okay? And this is actually a more common scenario than you would think. So, sabihin natin, wala kang pera, you made an application or you want to make an application for fee waiver, pero matatapos ng visa nyo. How would you apply? How should you look at both? No? So you can absolutely make an application for fee waiver. That application should be made, of course, bago matatapos ang visa nyo. Right? Now, sabihin natin, hindi pa rin tapos yung fee waiver application nyo, but the visa is gonna finish. What does that mean? Now, the fee, because you made a fee waiver application, your visa, no, even though you haven't yet made an application for extension of your visa, is extended under this 3C leave, under 3C Immigration Act 1971. So if you make an application nga, taking the same scenario that we had before, matatapos ng visa nyo 30 of March, yeah? Matatapos ng visa nyo, nagpasok kayo ngayon, because of course today is the, 5th, 6th of March, I lose track of time. Matatapos ng visa nyo 30th of March, you make an application for fee waiver now. Pero natagalan ng Home Office, wala pa silang desisyon. By the 1st of April, does that mean that you become an overstayer? Hindi po. Because 3C kicks in. 3C saves your status. So they accept that is the Home Office accept na hindi pa sila tapos. Yeah? So even if they take, say, until the end of April to deal with your application for fee waiver, your leave to remain is automatically extended or preserved, no, because of this 3C. So hindi kayo overstayer, ibig sabihin. Now, in best case scenario is sabihin natin you make an application today, no, for a fee waiver. The application is then sorted out, concluded finally nga on the 30th of April. Tapos na ang visa nyo, 30th of March nga. You not still because you made the application nga in time, you're not an overstayer. But, and this is really the big issue nga, no? What happens though if it doesn't go smoothly? Okay? So sabihin natin, you were successful with your fee waiver application. They accept you can't pay the fee, you can't meet your essential expenses nga, and sabi nila, that's fine. Okay, we're going to grant you a fee waiver application. By the way, there you get a unique reference number. Kailangan yung lagay yun sa application, okay? And it's an online application also, the fee waiver. Now, what then happens is you need to make an application to extend your visa. So tapos na yung fee waiver application, you need to submit your application for your extension of your actual visa within 10 working days of receiving the fee waiver decision, granted or not. But let's say it's granted. So if you get the fee waiver decision, say the 30th of April, natapos ng visa nyo, 30th of March, you should make your application, or you must make your application within 10 working days from receiving their decision. So sabihin natin, nakuha nyo yung decision on the 1st of April, no? let's follow the same scenario, no? 30th of April nakuha nyo. You have done 10 working days from the 30th of April to apply for extension of your visa. You must do it within that time. Otherwise, your status will be compromised. No? By that, I mean there will then be potentially a break in your continuous residence in the United Kingdom. Yun ang problema po. No? So, if your application is granted, normally what would happen is the fee waiver I'm talking about. Fee waiver application is granted. You make your application within 10 days, no, of 10 working days of getting their decision. You have to book, and this is the second bit, because the application for fee waiver was successful. You have to book your biometric enrollment, no, within 17 working days. Yeah, book it, no, within 17 working days. So essentially, you already had the 10 days, no, working days. Nga, you have another further 7 working days after that to book na your biometrics. So you apply, you book within that time. Now, and hopefully, you simply then get your visa. So ibig sabihin, di ka nagbayad because you couldn't afford it, and then you got your extension of leave to remain because you followed all the deadlines, or you applied within the deadlines. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin visa nyo, no? So the fact that there was a month in between, it doesn't matter because tuloy-tuloy pa rin visa nyo. Now, becomes complicated though. If, let's say, nagpasok kayo ng application, but the application for fee waiver was refused. So let's look at the same scenario. Natapos ang visa nyo 30 March, o matatapos ang visa nyo 30 March. Nagpasok kayong application na nga ngayon for fee waiver. On the 30th of April, nalaman nyo na na-refuse yung application, okay, for fee waiver. Anong gagawin nyo? You can still make an application. You can pay, no, the fee. And that's normally what should happen. You pay the fee because they don't believe that you can't actually afford. You can't. You can. They believe that you can meet your essential needs plus pay the home office fee. So sabihin natin, you then make the application. You then are required to make the application. Again, it's 10 days. Okay. So pagka nakuha niyo yung decision nga ngayon, sabihin natin, you only have 10 working days to submit your application, which must include then a fee. So if it's a spouse application extension, ibig sabihin, you have the IHS fee, which is give or take about 2,800, I think. So 2,600. And then you, of course, have the home office fee itself. So together, they're slightly shy of £4,000, but you need to make that. You need to make not the payment. If you don't make the payments, then this is where the problem comes about. May mga tao, sabi nila, well, okay, tapos ng visa ko, pero ang gagawin ko, magpapasok uli ako ng application for fee waiver. No? Then, this time, dadagdagan ko ang bibigay ko sa home office. Because I'm sure that I will get the fee waiver. That talagang kapos ang pera ko. No? So, you give more documents. Nga. That doesn't save your 3C leave. And this is what this case is about, no? So let me just read it again, the citation. R. Hussein, okay, against SSHD, Secretary of State for the Home Defense, 2026, it was reported nga. And that's the upper tribunal. And there, it was again confirmed, I mean, this has been confirmed in the past also, that a second fee waiver application does not trigger the 3C leave, which means it doesn't help you. No? So, ibig sabihin po, it will help you with your first application, but not the second one. So, ibig sabihin, pagka matatapos ng visa, sabihin natin natapos ng visa, triggering a second fee waiver application does not help you at all. Ibig sabihin, by the time you make the application nga, overstay na kayo, naputo na yung status nyo. And that is what this is about. No? So, sabi nila, if you can trigger the 3C leave to remain as long as you're applying out before your visa expires and the home office continues with concludes it, say, afterwards, and you apply within 10 days, 3C saves the visa. No? If you do not get it on the first application and you submit a second application, even if that application was submitted in time, may visa pa kayo, pero natapos na nga lang, no? So you make a 3C you make a fee waiver application, 3C 3C you don't really make use of, may visa kayo, but then the visa expires, 3C on the second application does not help you. Yun pong problema. And I've had, in this case, reported 2026, so fairly recent, no? R. Hussein again says that. Okay? So what happens if exactly that had happened? No? Nagpasok yung application, you didn't realize that actually, second application does not trigger 3C. What do you do? Now, in some cases, especially kung may mga bata, the Home Office may still give you a visa. Bigyan pa rin kayo ng visa. Ang problema nga lang, naputol na in the meantime yung status nyo. So that has very serious consequences for a lot of people, no? Especially if you're looking to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Because under a private life route, a lot of people need to be able to show that you've been in the United Kingdom continuously a minimum of 10 years. And that becomes even more important now with the changes in the law as regards to earned settlement. I mean, a couple of shows before I talked about earned settlement. So it means kung naputol ang status nyo, mag-umpisa uli kayo. So sabihin natin, nagpasok yung application, you were naputol ang status nyo, you think that you actually have completed nearly 10 years, but dahil naputol ang status nyo, yung continuous residency nyo nga dito, umpisa na naman. Which means another, if you start today, in March 2026, then assuming it's under the 10 years, which actually may be worse, with the changes in the rules, but assuming it's the same law that applies nga, then you're looking at not being able to apply for indefinite leave to remain potentially until 10 years from now, 2036. Serious consequences. So do not take it as if, and I've had also, sometimes I think it's not the seriousness, of the consequences not perhaps emphasized enough, even by solicitors, so importante po, you have to truly consider, is this something that you should do, this fee waiver? Don't think that it's automatically granted because you don't, kapos kayo ngayon, kapos kayong buwan na ito. Because it truly is not automatically granted. And going forward, unless you are very careful now with your dates, you may find yourselves actually spending more money because it's actually you're having to apply more extensions nga. And of course, importante yung pera, we all know that, but worse than that often is the impact it will have. So rather than getting indefinite and potentially nga getting naturalized, so you're British nga, which may free you more, may give you more opportunities, especially mga bata nga. You may lose then, that option, and that is what concerns a lot of people. Money is important for sure, but it's also the other things that is more difficult to quantify. How someone's future is compromised, because rather than getting indefinite leave to remain in 2.5 years' time, they actually need to another 7.5 years on top, because it's actually then 10 years because nag-umpisa sila ulit. So be careful. You can this fee waiver issue is not and 3C. It's not the only way you may be stung by and lose your continuous residency in the UK. So be careful. It also the issue of absences, no, is important. Actually, one of our topics, one of our questions, nga mamaya, is to do with absences, no. So so be careful. The lesson from this is just truly ask yourselves, is this appropriate for me, a fee waiver application? And if you think it's appropriate, for goodness sake, be careful with the deadlines, folks. No, the deadlines, as I say, is from the date of receipt of the decision. You have 10 working days to submit your application. And if the application for fee waiver was successful, you have 17 working days, no, from the decision to book your biometric, okay? They're very strict with the deadlines. And if it's unsuccessful, then absolutely make the application when you know that it was unsuccessful. Make your application, pay your fee within 10 days. Failing all of that, no, if you have find yourself in this difficult position, na naputo nga, the Home Office do have a discretion to grant you a visa or indefinite leave to remain, so outside the normal rules, but you need to persuade them, and that can be quite difficult. It can certainly work, no, especially where children are involved, but if it's importante po, if you're looking to do that, or you find yourself in that situation, for goodness sake, see a solicitor, no. It's just there are many areas in law, scenarios in law, especially in immigration, where I would say truly see a solicitor. This is one of them. As soon as you go into the realms of discretion, or at least trying to persuade them, that is the Home Office, to grant use their discretion in your favor, or in your favor, it's best to seek advice, no, and hopefully the solicitor will be successful in making the representations, right? Now, so they're definitely lesson learned. Now we come to my favorite, absolutely favorite part of our show. I mean, I like the whole thing, but ito yung bati, and hopefully there are a few people who's saying hello to me. So if you want to say hello, then nahihiya nga kayo. It's not too late. Do it now, okay? So let me just see if I can find. Hopefully we have greeters. Oh, David Calixto II, no? Good evening to all. David is in the Philippines. Nasa Pilipinas ka ngayon, no? Di ba? So it's thank you very much for madaling araw na sa atin, di ba? Probably raining. Bumabaha pa ba sa atin? So thanks very much for tuning in, David. So Miss Diesta, Lorna Diesta, hello, madam. Good evening to you, Attorney Lira, and to all your viewers. Thank you, madam. How are you? Working hard? Of course you are. Yes, nice. It's always lovely to hear from people. No? Salamat po. Outcast, no? It's been 1 month, I think, since the last time I watched this live. Anyways, good day to all. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'm not gonna tell you off. I'm just really grateful that you're watching. You're watching live. No, look. I mean, I know you can watch, repeats, but nothing beats live, no, diba? Miss Rafael. Oh, we love Miss Rafael. No, she's in all caps, which means she's feeling good. Good evening, sabi niya. Good evening, Attorney Lira, and everyone. And happy Thursday to all. I hope everyone is well. Yeah. I mean, I am. I hope everyone is well nga, no? Hindi pa nga lang ako makain. I'm so hungry. Edgar! We love Edgar. Edgar Duay, no? Magandang gabi, sabi niya. Sa inyong lahat, mabuhay, Attorney Elsie. Oh, I love this picture of you, Edgar. I know I've said it once before, I'm sure, but you is very James Bond. Hindi ba? No? Very James Bond. Kamusta ka, Edgar? You okay? And of course the pamilya, no? Miss Jones, Marilyn Jones, happy Thursday, sabi niya. Happy Thursday evening, Attorney Lira, and all viewers. Looking forward to another informative night. Oh, Miss Jones. Every time, well, most of the time now, I sometimes watch YouTube. I'm sure you do the same, no? I see people kind of dancing, yeah? I think of Miss Jones because she's a great dancer. She really, really is. Now, Egay, the great guy from London, sabi niya, warm Thursday. Tama ka, Egay. To Attorney Lira and to the viewers, I worked in Canary Wharf today. Ooh, what a trouble. No? Good news, Attorney Lira, sabi niya, I'm ambassador of Tap Send, a remittance app of sending money to Pinas. Use Egay the guy, yeah, as bonus code for first-time users. Looking forward to lots of learning again into Attorney Lira's lovely voice. Egay the guy. Egay the great guy, you mean? No? Egay is a great guy. He's very knowledgeable. He's a committed, devoted dad, no, to Justin nga, no? So yes, it's no, tingnan nyo. She's giving you a code. Take advantage. Miss Rafael, watching from home in Wimbledon. I tell you, Wimbledon, actually, is it June? June ba? June yun ang Wimbledon, no? Wimbledon, of course, is the iconic place where tennis is played. And so Miss Rafael is living in a posh area of London where there's great tennis nga. The place is the tennis courts, of course, tremendous. No, they're nice. No, it's worth the visit even when they're even if you don't have tickets to watch nga. No, but yeah, I was unsuccessful uli, madam. I always go in for the raffle. I think since I started going in for the raffle, siguro mga 20 years na nga, no, I've only won twice. Twice. Yeah. So it's a bit sad. Oh, Edgar, sabi niya, good evening po, Lady Emmeline, Rafael, and Egay. Tingnan niyo, we're like a little family, no? I love it. It's Miss Rafael, good evening to Edgar. Kamusta ka na? Sabi niya, no? Mabuti, sabi ni Edgar. Mabuti naman po kami dito sa Derby. It's truly, it's like getting together, parang reunion natin, no? So it's so nice. We say hello to each other, and of course, we've known each other now for 5 years, no, Edgar? 5 years, maybe coming up to 6, because we started. I started broadcasting 5 years ago, no, during COVID. Di ba umpisa natin to because people were getting really confused about the rules around COVID nga. And COVID was 2020, no? 2020, 2021. So yeah, 5 years na. Ma'am Cora Carsola, nandito ba kayo? Kamusta na po kayo? Yeah, Ma'am Edgar, Ma'am Cora went back to the Philippines, ha? So I hope she says hello. So, Mr. Rafael, wala na siya dito, Edgar. Sabi niya, no, tignan niyo, wala na siya dito. Umuwi na siya sa Pinas for good. Yeah, I know. So sad, no? Si Ma'am Cora. Anyone who's in touch with Ma'am Cora, sabihin niyo kanya, message us Thursday evening, ha? Mabuti naman po, Attorney LC. Ito po, cute pa din. You are, Edgar. You are. Watch and share, everyone, please. Sabi niya, madaming tinutulungan itong show na ito. Dagdag Kaalaman Day. I miss that, Edgar. Dagdag Kaalaman Day. It's no, tama ka, Edgar. It's sharing is caring, no? So even if if it interests you, but it doesn't really affect you nga ngayon, share it, no? That it could be that when you share it with someone and it goes, they can then share with someone who actually can use the assistance. Nga, Ange Cordero, sabi niya, good evening to all and to Attorney Lira. God bless you always. Salamat po, madam. Are you well? Yeah, are you? I hope everyone is well, and I hope that everyone has eaten. I have not eaten yet, so looking forward to it. Gutom na ako, but. That is it's waiting to eat is a small price to pay for being with you. Now, next question natin. Hello po, sabi niya, no? So let me just have a look here. So sabi niya, hello po, is it possible for me to visit the Philippines with only a 3-month gap between my previous and next visit? No, I'm under a spouse visa, sabi niya. I'd like to go home for New Year. Po, kasi 2 weeks, December 24, 8 January, and then sa May naman for 4 weeks, 3rd to the 31st of May. super ma-question po ba akong sa UK immigration o Philippine immigration, no? Will this affect my application for ILR? Please enlighten me po. Okay, so ito. Now, yes is the quick answer, no? You can go back even though there's only a 3-month gap. So, ang balak mo, uwi ka na nga ngayon o uwi ka in December for Christmas, which is nice, no? Tapos uwi ka ulit May. Can you do that even though they say just a 3-month gap na? Yes, absolutely. You can do that. Now, because you're on a spouse visa, I have some good news for you. Okay, normally there's a limit of 180 days. You should not be absent for most categories of visas. Nga, it does not apply to spouse visas. Nothing in the appendix FM says that you're only allowed to be away from the UK for 180 days. But importante po na pakita nyo when you apply for an extension, you need to be able to show that you are intending to live in the UK with your partner nga, permanently. So kung wala nga kayo dito lagi, then the Home Office may be concerned as to whether you have that intention. Okay, so even though there's no 180 days limit for spouse visas nga, it doesn't mean that it's a good idea to be away from the UK too long. No? Pero sa'yo, going home for December, balik ka dito after the New Year, tapos going home again in May for 1 month nga, hindi yung problema. Hindi yung problema. It's no. It's the only as I say, there's no 180 days. When you sabihin natin na nakakuha ng extension, nakakuha ng indefinite leave to remain, you just then need to be careful that your absences from the UK does not affect your naturalization application pagka magbe-British ka na. There, different rules apply. Again, it's a bit more generous if you are a spouse of someone nga who is British in the UK, because there's the 3-year rule nga. So, but yung question mo nga, 3-month gap, I can't imagine that that's a problem. And kung harangin ka nila, so sabihin natin, pabalik kang, umuwi ka sa atin, kung umuwi ka sa atin, I can't imagine that you will have a problem with the Philippine immigration because it's nothing to do with them really, no? Kung uuwi ka sa atin, uuwi ka ulit, no? It's more pagkababalik ka na dito. Pagkababalik ka na dito, tapos sa airport sabihin nila, well, you only left 3 months ago, you've left again, no? If they ask you that, if they bother, say exactly what the position is. It was Christmas, no? Umuwi ka for Christmas, umuwi ka ulit ngayon pabakasyon, dito ka nakatira. I can't see that it will be a problem. It's for that length of time, I can't see that would be a problem. Okay, right? Have a good time. Don't worry too much. Okay, so next question po natin. I'm currently on a skilled worker visa and will complete 5 years in April 2026. I plan to apply for ILR, indefinite leave to remain, in late March before my visa expires. Yes, good idea. My wife and our 3-year-old daughter, born in the UK, are my dependents. My wife switched from ICT. ICT stands for intra-company transfer, dependent to visa to a skilled worker dependent visa 5 months after I moved. So will not complete her 5-year qualifying period 5 months after me and cannot apply for ILR at the same time. Could you please advise, on question ito, could you please advise on the best and most cost-effective route, for my daughter? Can she apply for ILR, so indefinite leave to remain, with me as she was born in the UK, or should she remain as a dependent until my wife qualifies, as long as she continues to have leave to remain? Interesting. All right. It's actually quite a good scenario to pose, no? So ito. So, let's say he. So, skilled worker siya. He's able to apply for indefinite leave to remain before his dependents nga. Cost effective. That's a good question. It's a good way of putting it. So your daughter was born in the United Kingdom. The rules provide that if you have a pair, if you're born in the UK, so if a child is born in the United Kingdom and one parent subsequently gets indefinite leave to remain, settlement status nga, okay, then the child can be registered as British, which means, question mark, cost effective, no? If you can get indefinite leave to remain whilst your child still has a visa, no? That means that you can apply, therefore, at that point, for her to be registered, registration, okay? Registration to be British. The fee for British for registration is 1,000. So for children, well, actually not just for children, registration fees £1,214. If you become registered, if she's registered successfully as British, she is British, which means you don't have to fuss then about making an application to extend a visa. So she would then apply simply for British passport. So your child is then registered as British. If your child, if she applies nga with you or indeed with your wife, the fee for ILR, indefinite leave to remain, is the same as adults. So you don't, it's not less just because they're children. So the fee for ILR for children, if they're included, is £3,029. So cost effective, probably the former rather than the latter. Okay, but again, it can be, you can easily get muddled up with timing here. So seek advice, no? Seek independent. It's worth it, definitely. Right? Now, I'm sure meron pa tayong mga questions. So sandali nga lang. Okay. Hello po, sabi niya, seeking for advice about visit visa, tourist visa. They're the same, no? Mag-apply po ako ng the visit visa this month. Kasal po ako sa British partner ko at may anak kami. Mag-visit po kami ng anak ko, invitation letter from his parents, at plan namin i-consume ang 6 months. Okay. During po, sa application ng visa, bali 2 months lang po ang lalagay ko. Pagdating ko po sa interview doon sa airport immigration, 2 months lang bang sasabihin ko. Paano po yung ticket? Bali need ko talagang mag-purchase ng return ticket na 2 months and then bili na lang uli ng pabalik before the end of the 6 months. Thank you, sabi niya. Okay. I think you're making your life unnecessarily difficult, no? So, kung visit visa ang gusto mo pasok dito, and anyone actually, no? If you want to stay 6 months, say 6 months. Now, if you're thinking, well, sasabihin ko nga lang 2 months dahil baka mas magandang tingnan, tingin nila sa application ko. Hindi po. Kung meron silang problema on about 2 months, it's the same problem in 6 months. No? So, if it's a question of intention, so sabihin natin, hindi sila, baka nag-aalala ka, hindi sila maniwala na pagka nandito ka na, aalis ka pa. That same issue will be there, no? The same issue will exist if you say 2 months kayo dito or 6 months kayo dito. The same problem will exist. So, and it's never a good idea, and I would strongly advise against not being truthful for so many reasons, including if you're not truthful, tapos you found out later on, no, then they can ban you from the UK for 10 years, no, because they may say that you applied deception. So huwag mong gagawin. Lagay mo ang totoo. So kung 6 months ang gusto nyo dito, then 6 months lagay nyo. Kung 2 months lang, then 2 months. But kung 6 months, also explain it. Now, tip ko, statement. Para mga affidavit. I'm not talking bank statements, okay? But statement nyo. Sabihin nyo doon, why are you coming for 6 months? No? I mean, ang layo ng Pinas eh. So you probably want to also maximize the expense. Eh kung nandito din yung mga biyenan mo, ewan ko nasa ng asawa mo, pero nandito yung mga biyenan mo, they probably want to spend time with their grandchild, for as long as possible. So 6 months would be good. Explain mo nga. At saka explain mo din, meron kang babalikan sa atin. And also, why are you only applying for a visit visa rather than a spouse visa or a partner visa nga? Explain mo din. So it's for you really to make sense of your application nga to the Home Office. So kung may mga problema, don't just ignore it and certainly don't lie about it. Deal with it. So kung ito ang problema, and if you've had refusals before, and maybe that's why nga you're looking to apply for a visit visa, deal with the refusals also. Don't think they're not gonna spot it. They're gonna spot it because they're going to look at your name. They're going to see all the details, background. Better to deal with it. And if they think you're genuine because you've dealt with the issues nga, they should give you a visa to enter the United Kingdom. Okay? Huwag kang magsinungaling. All right? Let me know what happens. Okay? Now, I think that may be all our questions. So sandali nga lang ito. Let me have a look. That could be, no? Hi, good day, sabi niya. Ask ko lang po, sana, if magkakaproblema ako, pagka nag-apply ako ng ILR, if yearly akong umuwi sa Pinas. Meron kasi kaming annual leave for 30 days. Gagamitin ko po yun yearly sa Pinas. Oh, absolutely, hindi problema po yun. So just beware, as I say, there's this usual 180 days, but 30 days lang naman. That's fine. No, uwi ka sa atin. I can't imagine that would be a problem. And just beware, as I say, normally this 180 days in any given in 1 year that people have to be aware of. 30 days lang naman. Have a great time. Huwag kayo ganong mag-alala. But just time it. So make sure nga na may visa ka pa. And then pabalik nga dito. Don't leave and then look to come back a bit too close to your visa, just in case there are problems. Ingat. Now, I don't know if we have any more questions. No? Okay. Now, salamat po for keeping me company. I hope that was of interest to you. I always enjoy it. And salamat po for all those people who put in their questions and yung bumabati sa akin. Salamat po ulit, it's great to have it really is like having family, friends nga, that magkakilala na tayo, so you're saying nasan si Ma'am Carsola? Ma'am Cora Carsola. So it's actually anyone who knows Ma'am Cora Carsola, tell her we're missing you. Say hello. Anyway, that just really leaves me to say thank you again po. Salamat for tuning in, keeping me company, and thank you very much for all the Facebook groups that allow us to post our contents on their pages. Again, salamat po. I hope that you will be able to join me again next week at Lira and Law for our usual Thursday get together from 7:30 p.m. UK. Until then, I hope to see you same time, same place. Good night.